Well, hello again. So I made this quick video to show the trailer that I've been experimenting with. I live in an association, and so I am not able to store a traditional toy hauler on my property. So I bought this off of Craigslist real cheap, just to kind of tear down. My initial thought was to turn it in kind of like a scorpion trailer with the stuff up front enclosed and then an open back. But as I kind of experimented, I thought I would try to make a raisable roof. So I basically just chopped it down right above the window level so that it would be about where my fence line is when it's parked in my backyard. And then just my first try was installing scissor jacks to lift, raise, and lower the roof. And then I bought some little motors to put on the scissor jacks to help it, to be able to raise and lower it, automatically. So you can see I pretty much just gutted it. I took all the cabinets out, and I originally built the entire 25-foot one-piece roof, but it was bowing so bad that I didn't think that was practical, although in hindsight I probably could have just used 6 motors, 6 scissor jacks, and put 2 in the middle. But again, like I said, this is just me experimenting. Eventually I'll probably rip this all out. I just am trying to figure out what will work and what won't. You can see the wall kind of bows out there, so you know it's not very structurally sound. I added those beams in the middle that are steel beams bolted to the frame, and that gives it a lot of support. And when the roof's down, it's fine. But when it's up, you wouldn't want to be in a heavy storm. So we still wanted to be able to use the bathroom. So as you can see, I just made some hinged wall pieces that fold down so that when I lower it into park or to tow it, I can fold up the bathroom basically. You can see the front one, I have 3 scissor jacks on the front one. I haven't added motors to those because this, like I said, this is more just like a work in progress. But it's functional. We're able to take all the toys out the way it is right now. So it's not something I have to work on real fast. It's just one of the crazy ideas that I've had that I've been kind of trying to improve. So you could see the hinged pieces that I use for the bathroom. So you just undo that hinge there, and you can see the pieces fold down. And I've had this for a while, so you can see some of the cheap part paneling that I put on is coming off a little bit. I just need to go and re-tack things down. It sits a lot, as you can imagine most trailers do. It's pretty tight fit. You see it just kind of sits there. You just help it down. So the front 2 pieces fold down like that, and then the back piece, in order to hinge to the door, I had to add that extra little swing out hinge for the panel to connect to the door. So all in all, I feel like it worked. It's functional. It works pretty good. I put some foam strip to give it a good seal, and so yeah, when it's folded up like that, you can see it's the level of all the lower walls are the same level. So when I lower the roofs, it sits snug on all of it. This is a front kitchen trailer, so it doesn't have a bedroom at all, because I really wanted just all the space for as many of the electric off-road stuff that I've been experimenting with. So it works really well. We're able to have the kitchen and the bathroom when we go out, and of course we use tents usually, but you can sleep in it too if you want. We ripped everything out at this point. At some point we might add the beds and stuff back in, but I am more likely to just, once I work out all the bugs, tear the whole thing apart and build it the right way. You can see, so I just use a power drill to raise and lower the roof that isn't electric. So you can see I just go around, I lower it part way, a little bit at a time, just because it kind of folds down. I don't tend to do the back half. The front piece is like 8 foot by 7 foot or whatever, and and that's, yeah, you can lower it. So here's a better shot of the outside. When I first did it, I was thinking I would do the secondary wall like that in the front, but now I'm thinking I might just hinge pieces to the roof, to the inside roof, that fold out kind of like I did for the bathroom. So it worked. The front part worked, but I would need to add like some sort of maybe some seals or something. So you can see here. Here I'm showing you how I lowered the roof all the way down in the front. It's not exactly the best thing for your back, so I might add motors to the front too, just so that I don't have to do this. But yeah, you just lower it, maybe halfway at a time, and you just keep going around. I do tend to lower it with an actual wrench for the last little bit, just so that I can snug it down and I don't strip out the screws or anything, because it's just bolted to the roof and to the trailer frame. So if I kept going down too far, it would strip the big bolts out potentially. So you can see here, I just grab my regular hex driver and just do it by hand for the last little bit, just to get it to the exact snug. And we've been out a lot with this, and so far it's held up really well. I'm sure an engineer would probably criticize it, but here in Arizona we don't have crazy weather usually, so it's never really been a big issue for us. So yeah, you can see here how I can lower it that last little bit to make sure the roof is perfectly snug. And that's all there is to the front one. You just use your drill for most of it, and you can use your wrench to fine tune it. And you can see how the bathroom sits pretty well. I haven't paneled the roofs yet, but that'll be added at some point, plus adding lights and things like that. But yeah, and there's some storage. We put a lot of the riding gear and stuff, and put all the chairs and stuff in the bathroom, and so yeah. And then with the back, you just push those 3 buttons. Again, I haven't paneled this is far from done, but I've installed enough to show that it's functional. I ran the wires through the roof, so once I panel the roof and put some lights in, it'll look a lot nicer, and you won't see those wires hanging down. But but that's it. Yeah, you just push the button to go up or down, and it raises and lowers the roof. So the back half's kind of nice because you can just hit the buttons. And then I did have to cut the actual ramp down, and so now that the ramp is like 2 or 3 feet shorter, I have to add the little ramps to get the toys in and put jacks on it right now. For now, what I will do is probably build a folding piece to the end of the ramp so that it's the length of the regular ramp. And then here you can see I was just wanted to film how the back closes up. It's pretty sweet, pretty easy. I'm just standing there pushing the buttons at this point. The one by the door that I built, you know, I haven't put a scissor jack in there just because there's not enough space with the window and stuff in the way. So I have that reinforced steel beam that goes all the way to the frame that has a, you know, I think it's a 1 inch inside of a 1.5 inch, so it's a perfect fit, and it just slides up and down. And then, yeah, you just hit the buttons and boom, the roof's down. And then you just close it up. We get the sandrail and 3 full-size quads and a couple of little dirt bikes and stuff in there, and all the other gear that we have. So you can see that, I mean, it's not pretty,